What's up? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a new video. So this is a video I've been wanting to do for a little bit. I've been waiting until a full year with the F150 and I wanted to kind of give my overall review, what I think of it. You know, after spending about 10,000 miles in the truck, you know, is it worth it? Is it something that I think somebody should pick up? I want to try to answer all those questions in this video because for me, I was looking for a daily driver, something that I can use year round. I'm going to go on to that in a moment, but when I first got this, you know, I wasn't necessarily looking for an F-150 at first. I was looking for something a little bit smaller, like a Tacoma. This deal came across my lap and it was kind of hard to say no. So let's go into detail about my year experience in an F-150. So a little bit of information about the truck. This is a 2015 Ford F-150. It is an XLT trim. It is in tuxedo black. It has the 3.5 EcoBoost motor. And I ended up picking this up about a year ago. Actually, it was a year ago, a couple weeks ago. I got it with 59,000 miles. I'm at 69,000 miles now. So I put a little over 10,000 miles in a year, which is not too much. But as you guys know, I bought this truck completely stock. It had all the chrome trim. It had a really ugly tonneau cover on there, a hardtop tonneau cover and everything. So I've taken this truck to completely stock to something that I want to drive every single day. Now, if you guys are interested in any of the modifications or all of them that I did to this truck, check the video in the top right corner. I did a walk around of the entire truck explaining everything that I have done since I bought it a year ago. Now, like I mentioned, when I was looking for a daily driver, I wanted to get some type of truck. I was initially looking for a smaller vehicle, a smaller type of pickup like a Tacoma or something of that size, since I really didn't need, this is not technically a full size, but a larger pickup. But like I said, this deal just kind of fell into my lap and it was really, really hard to say no. And now that I've experienced it for a year now and I have over 10,000 miles on it, I gotta say this is one of the best purchases I have ever made in my life. I absolutely love this thing immensely. I'm so used to driving my STI, M3s and everything that I have driven in the past. So this is a big change for me and this is my first truck. And I gotta say, I am in love with this thing. Just the overall versatility of it. I'm a dad, I have 3 kids. So being able to fit all 3 kids in the back is absolutely amazing. The overall space in the rear is huge. I'm able to get in and do whatever I need. The third seat is not in there right now, but there's just so much space overall. I absolutely love having all of this versatility. Obviously the bed of the truck, you know, it gets used a lot. Picking up mulch, Christmas trees, what have you, doing homeowner things all the time, helping friends and family out, being able to move things. It is such a nice vehicle to own. I don't do much off-roading or anything like that, but I've been dying to take it on some light off-roading trips with some friends, so hopefully we can do that in the future. But overall, I'm just so in love with this thing. If you have the ability to get a truck at any point, I highly recommend it. So the main reason why I wanted to get something like this is because I live in the Northeast. I live in New Jersey. We get some inclement weather. We have some pretty bad winters. I didn't want to drive the nicer cars that I have or have had in the past through that type of weather. So I wanted something that I didn't have to worry about the weather. I didn't have to worry about if it snowed, a foot, you know, all that kind of stuff. I just want to be able to get in and go. And this thing has been absolutely amazing. I'm highly anticipating driving this truck through this winter. Hopefully we get a lot of snow. I really want to take it out and just have a lot of fun. Black wasn't my first choice. I always said that I would never own a black vehicle ever again. My first car was black and it was a pain in the butt to keep clean. And being as crazy as I am washing cars and detailing and everything, black is very, very hard to keep looking good. However, I absolutely love the F-150 in the tuxedo black. It is an absolutely beautiful color. You can see it in the sunlight right here. There is a lot of metallic, a lot of color in there. And it being all blacked out, the way that I ended up going about it, I really, really do enjoy the overall look of this thing. Now, in terms of maintenance costs, this thing literally cost me nothing. I'm not talking about gas or insurance. That's just, you know, a normal thing that you would be paying for on any type of car. But in terms of actual maintenance, I've done a couple oil changes. I've done spark plugs and that kind of stuff just to kind of get up to par. Honestly, it was under $200 for the past year or so to do all the maintenance items and everything that I've done. And it's very, very reasonable, very cheap to do. I do the oil changes on my own. The oil changes do yourself is about 60 bucks, so it's not bad at all. It's very easy to do. You guys saw me do an oil change on this truck this past summer. I got another one upcoming that I will be doing a video on as well. But overall, this thing has cost me pretty much nothing. Obviously, I spent a decent amount on modifications and making it look the way that it does, but that is not part of the overall maintenance cost. This thing has been so reliable and absolutely amazing, and I have loved my time in the first year of ownership with my F-150. So now that you guys know that I have enjoyed my time in this truck, let's get in, let's go for a little drive and talk a little bit more. It's pretty cold out here, and let's get some in-cabin footage. Like I said, 10,000 miles in a year, not that bad. Obviously, people drive their vehicles much more than that, but my commute is not very far at all. And I've been splitting time between my STI as well as the F-150 throughout the year. But now that it's getting colder out, the F-150 kind of takes precedent, and that's the vehicle that I drive all the time. So when I first got this truck a year ago, people were questioning, why the heck did I get this thing? Why did I get an F-150? It is super ugly, super boring. You know, what were you thinking? There's so many other vehicles that you could have gotten. Why did you get that thing? And it's so funny to see now that after I put, you know, a few modifications on the truck, those same people that were questioning me have reached out and asked me to buy the truck for me. So it just kind of shows you that you can pretty much make anything or any vehicle look really cool, sound cool, and overall something that you actually want if you just take the time and you have a nice vision into creating into what you want. When I got this F-150, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and what you see in this video is exactly what I had in my mind. You know, I wanted something that, you know, it wasn't too aggressive, too off-road looking, too tacky, and I feel like I've really accomplished that with this truck. I absolutely love this thing. I know I said that a few times, but just the overall, you know, how it turned out is so good. It's honestly just perfect for me and what I was looking for. Easy to kind of commute around in. It's very daily driver friendly. Obviously the gas mileage, you know, I get about 13 or 14 miles a gallon, but the tank is like 450, 500 miles to the tank. So I fill up every like 3 weeks or so it's not that bad at all. And it's about $80 to $90 right now to fill up the tank, pretty much. When gas was really high and expensive, you know, it was $120 or so. But either way, it's not that bad every 3 weeks. I'm not complaining. Overall, the ride is so comfortable. My family, when they are in the truck with me, they're all comfortable. They all have their own space and everything. It is just a great vehicle to own, especially if you have a family. Now, one thing I will say is getting used to the overall size. Just the size of the vehicle in general is pretty big, but with the wider tires and the bigger wheels and everything, I will say it did take some time getting used to, you know, backing into parking spots and everything. Driving in smaller areas and everything, you got to be a little bit more cautious. You know, the cars that I was always used to driving were smaller sports cars, so it was kind of easier to maneuver around and just daily drive every single day. But jumping up to an F-150 is a pretty big change for me. So it did take some time getting used to, but after a year driving it, I'm so used to it. It's kind of second nature to me now. I'm always backing into spots, mainly because it's easier just to get out, but also because I love the way it looks on the front end. And so that part of it did take some adjustment, but now that I've been driving it for a while, it's no problem. Otherwise, it feels like a car, you know, it drives very smooth. It's very comfortable. I did upgrade the suspension to some Bilstein 5100s, the struts, which was a really nice change overall and just daily comfort. I'm really happy I did that. It was pretty inexpensive for what it is. But either way, it's just such a nice vehicle to be in. I know the new F-150s are even nicer, but this is a 2015. You know, now this truck is 7 or 8 years old, and you know, technology obviously has improved since then. But I love the simplicity of it. I don't want anything with all this crazy technology or things that could possibly break. I just wanted simplicity. I wanted something that was gonna last me a long time. There's really no crazy options on this truck. It's an XLT trim, so it's got some amenities, but it's not over the top. And that is exactly what I love in all my cars. I don't like anything that's over the top or has all these crazy options that can potentially break in the future and that I would have to fix. So something really simple like this, it doesn't even have auto climate or anything like that. I'm totally fine with that. And this 3.5 EcoBoost motor, I have been so thrilled with it. I'm a big turbo guy. Obviously, you guys know me from the STI. So jumping to a truck with a turbo You know, I feel right at home. It sounds amazing with the intake, and it's got plenty of power for what it is. You know, even with the oversized tires and wheels, you know, it definitely could get down and go. And this thing can tow a pretty decent amount, more than I'll ever need to. So if I ever, you know, get a boat or, you know, get something that I want to tow, like my cars or anything like that, I can easily do so. All right, guys, so that is going to round up my year review on my 2015 F-150. Absolutely love it. It has been such a pleasure owning this truck. I'm looking forward to many, many more years of ownership with this thing. Really looking forward to seeing where it takes me, what else I do to it. But it has been such a joy owning something like this that honestly I never thought I would own. I never was really a big truck type of person, but now that I own one, I can't see myself ever not owning one. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. If you have any questions at all about the truck or anything else at all, be sure to ask them in the comments below. But in the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.